Hello, this is Perplus. Guys.
This is CDF Demand.
And this is Rockabilly.
And welcome to the Omnicast, episode 3. This is a great podcast. If you've never heard of it, you are missing out on life. So, here we go. Topics. Are you ready to get right into it, boys?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay, awesome. Well, this is a podcast that is mainly just you can listen to it while you do something. That's what most podcasts are. You don't need to be watching the screen. Just gonna throw up a picture, the one of Rec with milk and cookies. And, yeah, so do whatever you want. But anyways, let's get right into it with UHC Bonkers. Who wants to explain what this is?
Okay, so UHC Bonkers is something that Richard and I were kind of discussing. I don't really remember everything that there was to it, but basically it's UHC, your basic UHC. Teams are allowed.
Explain what UHC is, because there might be some people who don't know.
Oh. Okay, well, if there's some crazy person out there who doesn't know what UHC is, you have to find out. I mean, it's...
Green didn't know what Minecraft was until I told him.
No. Okay, well, basically UHC is a game in which you have either teams or you're by yourself in a specified world within a certain area, and you go out, you try to kill the enemy, basically. Sometimes they try to kill the dragon first, but basically you can kill other people, but your health does not regenerate naturally. So basically, to gain health, you have to either have health potions or golden apples. So that's where it kind of gets tricky. Is there any other thing that I'm missing with UHC that's kind of important?
Well, it is started by the Minecraft server, so that's really all you need to know.
Yeah. All right, and then now with Bonkers, it's the way that we're kind of making it like one step further. So we have the ability to join teams. However, in the end, there's only one person who can win. So whether we go for the dragon or we just kill each other, only one person can live and be claimed the winner in the end.
So teams and alliances.
You can join teams,
but think like
yes.
If you're on a team, you have to account for the fact that either you are going to have to stab your teammate in the back at some point, or they're going to have to stab you in the back. Or they are going to stab you in the back at some point while your back is turned, or
exactly,
or one of you could die by some other reason. But that's less fun. That's less exciting. This is going to ruin so many friendships on the Omnislab server. It's going to be wonderful. So,
let's be honest. I'm just going to kill you all.
The whole thing is about trust. Like, can you trust this person? Should you trust them if they want to team with you?
For how long?
It's going to be pretty intense. Exactly. Like, to what point can you trust this person?
Yeah. How long should you drag it out? Because you know that trust is going to have to end at some point. You know.
Exactly.
And, there's no way both of you can win. It's just that's just the fact, you know. And what is the other thing about this that makes this very exciting, guys? Or do you know?
I have no idea what.
I have no idea.
Well, the other thing about it is that Omnislabs only has 6 members, and that is not enough to play UHC Bonkers. So, to recruit people, we would be possibly getting an entire other server on, or multiple other servers on, and have rival servers, and that could be really, really cool.
We'll see. It's gonna be tough. Going against a whole other server.
It would be tough, but
just
still,
because
I would love to team with somebody that I don't know. Let's just put it that way. I think that'd be a really good way to get to know somebody. Even though this is going to bring out the worst of people, and who somebody is in UHC Bonkers is not going to be who they are in real life, or not even in real life, just in the game, or on YouTube in general. So
I'm interested to see how it turns out. Like, who's gonna stab who's back? I want to see everyone's perspective.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Now, as far as UHC Bonkers go, what do you think the limit of people should be?
Where do we draw the line?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was thinking about this. I think that the trouble is going to get that many people. The trouble is going to be to get that many people, I think. To be perfectly honest.
And then to play for that long.
Yeah, because everyone's going to need to be totally free for an undisclosed time because we don't know how long it's going to last until it's over. I guess it really depends on how big the map is. How long the game's going to last will depend on how big the map is. So, I don't know. Definitely a really interesting concept, and I can't wait to see how it plays out. But yeah, it's going to be awesome. So I don't think we should say any more about that. I think that we have sufficed to get anybody who would be excited about this excited. And yeah, it's going to be great. So, first episode of UHC Bonkers is soon.
Going to CDF to man because he won, eh? Actually, it'll be very interesting trying to kill you all.
Yes.
All right,
oh man, I have tricks up my sleeve, guys.
Yeah. I have tricks everywhere.
I cannot wait.
The tricks in my ears.
Like you guys saw my video with my traps, right?
I did see that, but you wouldn't have time to build any of those. Well,
now you don't know that.
That's what you think, Burp.
Maybe. I don't know.
That's just the tip of the iceberg.
I'm gonna go with
Jeez.
Hunger Games and learn camouflage.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta change your skin to dirt and grass.
It's gonna be fun. But UHC Bonkers involves. All right, ready for my awesome segue here? UHC Bonkers. What server is UHC Bonkers all about? Omni Slabs. What server is this podcast all about? Omni Slabs. And what are we going to talk about next? Omni Slabs. And what are we going to talk about on Omni Slabs? Future projects on Omni Slabs. So, we have. I thought that was awesome. I wish I was getting like applaud right now. Yay! Okay, cool. So,
I think he missed it. That was a slow clap. Anyway, continue.
Anyways, what big changes have been going on in the server, guys, or do you want me to explain it? I can explain.
We've been destroying everything we've ever built.
Okay,
Ever.
that's not what I would say, because that's not true. We've destroyed a few things, and we haven't destroyed anything without the permission of the builder. There have been a few cases where the builder actually did end up getting upset, which is stupid because they totally gave us their permission, and like, what the hell, Dino? But anyways, so,
not to name any names.
no, I'm just kidding, of course. So, why have we been doing that, though, guys?
In order to make us look better.
Yeah, I think that, I think that we can...
I mean, in order to improve the quality of the server. Ding!
Yeah, there's been a consensus lately that Spawn just... we understand that the project, none of the major projects are done yet, and things like that, but just the fact of the matter is that Spawn doesn't look good, and we all kind of agree. Can you guys agree with that? At this point, Spawn does not look good.
Well, it's a flat piece of land now, so...
Well...
Yeah, we need to definitely work on that.
Yeah, so,
In fact...
some of the reasons...
So...
No, go ahead.
Some of the reasons that we think... oh, sorry. Some of the reasons that we think Spawn... or that were mentioned of why Spawn doesn't look super good is because of the juxtaposition of things that just don't go super well together, you know? Like, for example, everything, like, looks pretty good on its own, but when you've got all of these different things everywhere, they're just not looking really nice next to each other. Like, for example, Rek, your air temple next to Dino's giant alien spaceship farm thing. Or just, like, things like that, you know? Because I think...
There was no unity.
Yeah, there was no unity at all. And, everybody has a very... We realized this a little bit late. Everybody's got a totally different, dream or view on what the server... Or what... Yeah, like, what the server should be, or what the server is going to be. And everyone's got different imaginings that they want to make happen. And, communication, I guess, wasn't done as well as it probably should have. As it probably should have been done. But yeah, it's become a bit of a problem. So, how do you guys feel about this?
Well, obviously, we've recognized the problem, and we want to take steps towards improving it.
You recognize the problem?
It's a good thing I had been recording that.
Oh yeah, my name is awesome.
Oh man, you used to get mad at me when I made rec puns.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. You're like, stop it. It's getting annoying.
No, wait, what? You're crazy.
Don't call me crazy, crazy.
I think it was Richard who said that.
Okay.
I would say puns with you.
Alright, whatever. Let's keep talking. So, how did you feel about that all, CDFT man?
About talking together on the server?
No.
Like,
about the...
Or rec puns.
Just weren't you saying something before I made the rec pun?
Yeah, I mean, as a server, we talked about our lack of unity, and we believe that, the server will be improved by, getting a common theme, saying, okay, this is what spawn is going to be like. Let's not put a spaceship next to, a tavern.
Yeah. And for the record, that was the same person. Those builds did not belong to two different people.
And so like with
teasing,
everything,
I love that guy.
everything is communication, So, I mean, the fact that we are now communicating about the problem is good.
Yeah. So, but aside from that, what do you guys think? Like, for some other projects that are going to possibly be in the works, like we have been discussing more into the future of things that we'd like to get done. Everybody's working on their own bases, obviously, but there's been talk of lots of different things, So I don't know.
One of those things that you and I have been talking about, Perp, is a seaside town.
Oh yeah.
I know. I definitely want to see the server build stuff together instead of just single player.
I'm sorry, that's something I wish that we had touched on. Can we touch on that a little bit?
Sure. But we're touching.
I like how you want to touch on it when he was just touching on it.
Well, no, go into detail describing.
Yeah, we will. We will.
Okay, fine. Sorry.
So
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
now that I've got my hands all over it,
Hey,
'cause I'm
CDF.
touching them-
CDF.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just want you to know that.
That's okay.
Oh, that was good.
But okay, so one of the things that I really want to see our server do as a whole is to work on things together, because we are not a single player experience. We're playing multiplayer, and the whole point of multiplayer is to play together. So, in our type of server setting, I would, that includes building together and doing projects that incorporate everyone's knowledge and, experience and backgrounds, and making something really cool, I believe would be, far better than what we're doing right now. Like right now, we're all doing our own thing, and I really like it when people get together, try to build, even say like a simple house, and
yeah. And I love the way you described it to me earlier. I didn't mean to interrupt you, by the way. I love the
people get together and they someone places blocks someone places some blocks down, and someone else might go, oh no, that looks horrible, and they break the block you just placed, they replaced it with something else, and you're like, oh, that actually kind of looks pretty good. Oh yeah.
And I love
that back and forth.
I love the way you put it earlier when you were first describing this idea to me. Like, if we were just going to build a giant mansion, and this is something that may or may not happen with the town hall. I was hoping that we could do this. One person builds like the columns out front. One person does the walls. One person does the floor. One person does the roof. And I think that works out really well. Just the idea of that is pretty awesome. So, Yeah, I think it's pretty good. How about you, Rec?
Yeah, I like the idea of doing more things together. I think we definitely need to do something. I have plans with Mr. Economist. That should be pretty fun. I'm
Ooh,
excited.
what kind of plans?
Um, well, seeing
Anything-
as I have an air temple type home, we're gonna see something along the lines of him being a jerk to me.
Oh, jeez. All right.
So we'll see.
Well, I guess we'll see about that. But CDF, another very, very important change that is happening to the server. You and Dino are doing something, and I hate it. What are you doing?
Okay, so Dino and I, as you know, used to be competitors. I initially opened up a potion shop, being the businessman that I am, and a couple days later, he opened up his own potion shop, right, to compete. And he was undercutting me like crazy. You know, he was dumping his supply of potions into the market, and it was just going to be bad for business. You know, we were trying to run each other to the ground, that type of thing. So, you know, instead of competing, I'm just like, this is silly. Why don't we combine together? So now we are OmniCorp Industries, and we're a giant manufacturer on the server, and we're just an overall business on the server, and we aim to provide the best quality service for our customers and to give server members the cheapest goods at the highest quality and excellent service.
It's the most horrible thing I've ever heard. I'm so
What kind of
scared.
service is
I'm
offering?
so scared. This is gonna be horrible. With no competition, the prices are gonna go up so much. This is basic economics, guys.
I've been saving my gold for you. I've been like, I love those potions. You gotta do more.
Now, I do have to admit, yes, we are a monopoly, but we're a monopoly that cares.
That's brilliant. I love it. I want it.
Actually, some of the server members know like the quality of service that we're offering from the CDF potions.
Yes.
I like the customer service that CDF Potions gave me. Is that gonna go away? 'Cause
No,
that
it's
was
not.
Awesome.
You know, one of our main strategies is to retain that level of service.
Good.
Just because that's what people liked.
Yeah,
And,
for sure.
As one of the founders of this corporation, you know, it's my duty, my job to make sure that we treat our customers right.
Okay.
So you really don't have anything to worry about for Perp and Rec. I mean, I know Rec you like us, but you don't have anything to worry about.
No worries here. I'm excited.
I'm not. I'm still not. Not convinced.
I'm not.
So yeah, lots of changes going on. Another thing that is possibly worth mentioning is the giant glass dome. CDF, you hate this idea, but I think it's
I hate this idea.
it's probably, considering you hate it, it's probably not going to happen. But I just want to mention it because it's an interesting idea. Basically, all of Spawn, or the quote-unquote Land of Slabs, is possibly, to get rid of the snow and the rain, going to be covered up by a glass dome, like in The Simpsons, and it's pretty much going to be, yeah, like nothing more than that, a giant glass dome, and it's going to have stained glass patterns in it, and which I think is brilliant, by the way, and like it's gonna have possible like depictions of events that have happened in the server, like famous events like E killing people or things like that, made out of stained glass, sort of like churches do. They like depict scenes from the Bible, you know?
I don't really like it.
You don't?
I like the weather. I like snow and rain.
I like looking up and seeing the stars without glass in the way. But, you know, the only time I would like ever approve of that is if, you know, I could stick a giant Omnicorp logo up there. Advertisements face the sky.
That is brilliant.
No,
That is brilliant.
just kidding. Still hate it. I'll just do that on the sides of the mountains. Ding.
What was the ding?
My smile. Shining
His
through.
teeth shining.
I still don't like it. You're up to something.
Total world domination? No. Silly.
I'm scared. This is not okay.
You should be.
Okay. What?
Oh, never mind. No, just not. Nothing to, concern yourself.
The good thing about this is, even if CDF decides that he wants to go out and steal all of our stuff, in 1.8 we're gonna have the ability to lock our chests. So
yeah,
that should be fun.
I'm
I don't know
not
if
worried
that's
about
gonna
him
be
stealing our
survival.
stuff. I'm just worried about taking over the world. That thing concerns me.
Do you think that it will be included in survival though, or is it just maybe a creative type thing?
Locking chests?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I haven't really heard anything about it, and I didn't read the tweet. I just heard about the tweet secondhand. Which locking chests would definitely be cool. Definitely be cool. I hope that happens. Oh, there's a creeper.
Like
Okay.
before 1.8 comes out, right now the only way to do it is with mods, right?
Oh yeah, there's certain plugins and things like that. Obviously, it's totally useless in single player, so plugins.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
I don't know. I want to know how they're going to do that. Like, honestly.
Yeah, me too. I don't know if you'd be able to craft a key like you can a map, and like have multiple, like have the. Technically, all maps are like the same item with different IDs, right? Because they don't display the same thing. Maybe it'd be the same with keys. Every key has the same crafting recipe and things, but then it locks to a specific chest. I don't know. I would like to see it.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. All I know is that Jeb started working on it, so that's kind of exciting.
Yeah.
Speaking of, a quick aside, speaking of 1.8, one feature that I would really like to see is like colored dynamic lighting. There was a video by a new member of Mojang, and basically like when he walked into the place, he created dynamic colored lighting to where you could take a torch in your hand and point it at the wall and light that area up like a flashlight. And then you could take colored torches, like RGB, right? Red, green, blue.
Yeah.
And you could color mix them in the world. So that means if you start putting colors next to each other, it creates the mixed colors, like, actually in the game.
That's crazy. Do you have a video link or whatever?
Yes, I do.
You should send that to me whenever you get a chance. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I want to see that too. So, speaking of future projects on the server, one last point that I'd like to make, and then you guys can talk about any future projects that you have. I was going to make a giant dragon's head coming out of a mountain. And yeah, I just want to say that. Want to make that known. And
and you're done.
so, do either of you guys have any other major projects that you're starting on?
I have a pretty serious project I need to get going on, which is getting my computer fixed. I would love to be able to record again. It'd be very nice.
Yeah, I feel ya.
A major project for Dino and I, with our new collaboration, we will be building a headquarters and factory setup.
Yeah.
And then we will also be populating the server or the spawn point with individual shops, right, for the specific like items that we sell. So there'll be a shop for every item, or like for every type of item.
Yeah.
And instead of like a giant Walmart, it'll be more like a customized, nice thing.
That's an interesting idea. I heard a little bit about that when you guys were talking about it before.
Mm-hmm.
It could be interesting. I don't know. Still don't totally trust big corporations.
Wait.
Especially if Dino's involved. That sleazy jerk. Don't trust him at all. He's up to something. He's always up to something, you know? Whether it's taking credit for the iron golem farm that I built, or...
Wait, that's you built?
Did he tell you he built it?
Oh, that's funny.
Anyways, so, yeah.
But in all honesty, he does always have something up his sleeve. Like, trying to take over the potion shop. Ran you out of business, CDF? I don't
Yeah,
know.
but that's
Can you
okay.
trust this guy?
That's okay. We're buds now. You know, he was my caving buddy, so we went caving together, and you know, I can trust this guy with my life. We got diamonds together.
Oh yeah, that's a sacred bond right there. Once you get diamonds from somebody, you know that they're never going to just stab you in the back in UHC bonkers or anything.
That's what me and Mr. E have.
Okay, my relationship with Mr. E is so interesting. I love him to pieces, but I am still not like I can't trust the guy. I don't know if he's gonna kill me or not. He's always
Just
trying to
because
kill
he's a
somebody.
murderer. Just because he's a murderer doesn't mean he's gonna murder you.
I guess that's an interesting point, but yeah.
That's an interesting point.
So I guess that brings us to our next topic then. You guys ready to talk about mods?
I like how you didn't catch me trying to talk about that.
What do you mean?
I was like, locked chests before 1.8. You only needed mods, right? Yeah. Speaking of mods, nope, that never happened.
I was going to use that as a segue actually when it happened, but then I realized that I really wanted to talk about my dragon head. So sorry.
You just wanted to say that you're going to be working on a dragon head.
Yeah, it's so cool.
It's funny.
So
Okay, so
a good go ahead.
Okay, so going into mods, I really like modding. It's awesome. It expands Minecraft from the basic vanilla to basically anything you want. And then, you know, it allows you to experience things that normal vanilla doesn't offer. And it just allows for cool stuff. So take, for example, like Tech It or, you know, Feed the Beast or all these, like, different things, you know? It's just like, we're gonna have industry in Minecraft because we can.
Yeah, I know. My favorite kinds of mods though are like the little things, you know, the little things that like they're so subtle but they change the game so much. Like I'll give you an example in a second, but they like I really think that that like these kinds of things are pretty easy for Mojang to implement, and they would just make the game so much better. The example would be in Feed the Beast, when a tool in your inventory breaks, if you have another one of the same tool, like if you're mining with a stone pick, right? And you have another stone pick in your inventory, when the stone pick breaks, another stone pick will slide down into the slot without you having to do anything. Which is awesome, okay? That's just like pure convenience, and it's great. And like when you, same with blocks, if you have like, if your inventory is like full of quartz and you're placing quartz and then you run out of the stack, you don't have to hit E, go into your inventory, shift click it, back down into your hotbar. You still have the quartz. It'll just slide right down for you, and that's awesome.
I see.
And then it's the little things, you know. I've thought of lots of little things like this that I'd like to see in the game, but I can't remember any of them when it comes to time to remember things like this. It's annoying.
I never really played much mods. I guess that's just me.
I never played much mods. I know English.
Much? I guess you're right. Many mods.
I'm just teasing you.
No, but seriously, I've never played Feed the Beast. Never even watched much of it.
You are missing
I don't
out,
see.
man.
I don't like the complexity of it.
Sorry.
I love it. I think it's great. It's called Feed the Beast because it's this game that we've all got hundreds of hours of gameplay on. That's not an exaggeration, and we're sick of it. You know, like, well, we're not sick of it, but you know, just adding a ton of new stuff at once. Like, the updates keep the game fun and exciting because there's always new stuff coming, but like, when they add a bunch of new features at once, I'm trying to say, I guess, it's the most exciting because we've got all these new features to play with. Feed the Beast is basically like one ginormous, absolutely huge update for the game that pretty much triples the size of it in both amount of space it takes up on your computer and things you can do. And that was a joke. But one of the best things about it, damn it. One of the best things about, I'm saying damn it because you guys didn't laugh. One of the, damn it, guys, you're so awkward. Okay, I don't even know where to. I was just kind of stalling.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so what's your favorite mod, guys?
That's a tough one. You know, I remember going back to like the beta days, right?
Yeah.
When like when they had the mods where you could like mod in creative mode, where you had like infinite blocks, and I love that. Like the flying mod and the infinite block mod and all those that really like made single player interesting to play. It wasn't just survival anymore. They actually had creative.
I remember when you had to install mods to fly and give yourself blocks and things like that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Those were good times.
Back in beta.
Back in beta. And in alpha too. I played Minecraft in alpha and that was always fun. But Rec, I know you mentioned just now that you haven't played many mods, but even so, like, from ones that you've seen maybe or ones that you have played at all, what is your favorite?
I guess mine would be server side mods. I really like Bucket with all of its plugins. Just mainly World Edit.
I don't think that
multi-world.
Bucket's much of a mod.
It's a server mod.
It's a server client, or it's a server hosting thing, right? So like,
it's a server
actually,
side
okay,
mod.
wait. Bucket is technically a server API, which means there's a library of commands in which people can create from. It's a programming thing.
yeah.
Okay. Then I don't like mods. I guess I
Okay.
played the Hexit pack, which is kind of fun. Make it more adventurous.
I haven't played Hexit.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
It's
Even that's too complicated, though. I don't like that you need to make this to make that to make another this so that you can make this and eventually have this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wait, isn't that a Minecraft in general?
No, because in Minecraft, the most complicated thing really to make is a dispenser because you need to make a bow and then you need to make the dispenser. Everything else you kind of just make right away.
Well, I mean, there's the whole, you know, you gotta go make an iron pick, or, I mean, everything is sort of like layered. Like, you gotta make a wooden, chop down a tree to make a wooden pickaxe, to dig stone to make a stone pickaxe, to go down mining and get a iron pickaxe, and then you gotta smelt the iron to make an iron pickaxe to get diamonds.
Yeah, but
That's what you gotta
to make
do
an
to get
iron.
diamonds.
Yeah, but if you want to make an axe, you don't have to make the axe head and then the stick and then put the axe head on the stick in order to have the axe. You just do it all at once. That's what I don't like about those mods. They just make it too complicated for easy things.
That's an interesting
But
point.
it does allow for more items. I understand that. I just think that too many items can get annoying. Am I weird?
No, that's a great
No.
mod, though.
I was gonna say.
Too many items.
That's an oldie. Nobody uses that anymore. Since creative mode.
'Tis true.
That's unfortunate. That was like the most popular mod back in the day.
I would like to see more mobs added into the game, and I know that mods obviously add those,
Yeah.
so that's fun. I think I would do that.
My first mod was actually Mo Creatures.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, do you know
the
what
horses there are freaking weird.
Well, it had horses before the original game. Mo Creatures has been out for years now, and it's been getting constant updates. And I remember, like, when I first saw it, before I had even heard of the concept of mods, I didn't really... That was a really long time ago, and I didn't really realize at the time that mods were good for anything besides cheating. And it was amazing. I installed it right away. It took me a lot of time to get it installed, because, you know... But... You know, first modding isn't the easiest thing to do, but whatever. I was blown away, and still kind of am by mods. I think it's really interesting. But I guess that sort of segues us into the whole, what would be your dream mod? Rek, you just said more mobs. This is going to get confusing if we're saying mod and mob, but dream mod, I'd say for me, are, once again, things that just add the little things. Just the little convenient things. I've always wanted to see more tiers of weapons and armor. That'd be really cool. Like, different kinds of gems. Like, I've always wanted to see more ores in the nether, besides just quartz. I know that, like, you can find diamonds in the nether and feed the beast, if I'm not mistaken. And, then one thing that I really think needs to happen is the combat system should get a complete overhaul and be more skill-based than lag-based, or based on how good your items are. Like archery, if you're shooting with a bow, that's different. That is skill-based. But I think that they should try to take a more chivalry medieval warfare style of doing combat, because I think that is the definition of a game that did combat perfectly. Like multiple different kinds of attacks, things like that. And multiple different kinds of blocks too, and like a different block that corresponds to each kind of attack. I think that's awesome, and I think that it needs that, because the combat system at this point is really luck-based and lag-based, and based on who has the best items. But yeah, I've ranted enough about the combat system. CDFD man, what is your idea of a dream mod that you'd love to see?
Stage lights and fountains in Minecraft. You had to ask. So that would include like robotic stage lights that can be programmed and moved around in Minecraft, right?
Yes.
So like just do cool like rock concerts in Minecraft with fountains.
That'd be awesome. That reminds me that the other thing I forgot to mention is like when I was saying lots of little things and I can't remember the other thing a few minutes ago. That reminds me that the other thing that I thought of is more lighting options. You know, like I wish that we had more things we could use to light up our bases. Because right now I don't think that any of the lighting options are very attractive besides lamps. And I don't like seeing lamps everywhere. And yeah, like Dino mentioned the idea of possible, like a very rare tree that grows vines that glow. That could be awesome. Or like just I don't think it'd be that hard. Like lanterns, lots of little things that give off different levels of light, and just things to play with. You know, all we've got right now is what do we have? We have torches. I guess we have redstone torches, we have lava, we have glowstone, we have jack-o'-lanterns, we have...
Furnaces.
Well, you need to be feeding those all the time.
Well, yeah, but the Corrales server uses that as a source of light.
Can you play on that if you're not... like, is there a whitelist, or do you have to apply, or what?
You can join it and look around. Okay, sorry. But
That's
you
all
cannot...
I want to do, yeah.
Yeah, you can't build. You have to apply for that.
Okay.
I applied and I got denied.
Oh.
Those jerks.
I haven't tried, so
Do you have to like audition?
No.
Like do you have to submit a picture of a build?
I didn't.
So you just like submitted your name and they denied you?
I think it's mainly because they saw that I was on there for one day, and then I decided to apply instead
Probably.
of visiting a few times and then applying or
Yeah,
working with the community on the forum or something like that. I don't know.
that makes sense. But yeah.
As for mods, I would not. I don't know. I don't really like mods. Again, even if they did have mods, obviously they do, which add more mobs. I'd rather stick to vanilla. I just prefer it.
Okay. It's understandable.
However,
Then-
at the
then let
same
me-
time, I'm sorry. I do want to eventually learn how to code for plugins. That'd be really fun. I would like that.
All right. Let me rephrase the thing then. If you could have anything moved into the vanilla game.
Oh, okay. So with command blocks, we just got insanely crazy with the 1.7 update, right? So now you can summon things, you can set blocks. It's amazing, right?
Right.
So
It's not
from
perfect.
well, okay, but it's so much better than what it was. Let's be honest.
Mhm.
So we have that now. I think it'd be really nice if there was some form of like NPC control, right? So like there are plugins out there like that on servers you can create NPCs and then you can make them quest, like parts of a quest.
Yeah. Have you checked out Wingcraft yet? The server I showed you.
No, I have not, but I need to.
Yeah, they do all of that. The quests are very well done, I think.
What does that mean? Like they quest?
Like take an RPG like MMO and put it in Minecraft.
That's what
Like they
Minecraft
are
is.
a part of Minecraft.
Yeah.
I thought we can already do that.
Well, the thing with Minecraft is that you make your own fun. But like if you had like I think he's saying NPCs that actually gave you an objective.
Is that what you mean? Like you walk and then you find let's say a villager, and then the villager says, "Hey, can you get this for me?" kind of thing. CDF?
CDF.
Yes, exactly. So so no. Like let's say your objective is to go kill something, right? And you kill 5 of them. After you complete that, you go back. And they're
It
like,
gives you an
"Oh,
emerald."
you completed the quest. Here is a diamond."
I see. That'd be cool, actually. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I like that idea too. I think that's interesting.
And then there will be people who do quest farming.
Yeah. That's true.
I'd like that, actually. That'd be really fun.
Me too. I think that's actually a really good idea.
Hey guys, maybe we should all get on it and play together sometime.
Get on what? Minecraft or
Yes, Minecraft.
sure. I'm definitely down. I love Minecraft.
And we can even invite our friends.
I haven't played much Minecraft, but it's really cool. It's a really good idea. And it's very well done, like I said. You can use the promo code OmniSlabs and get free membership on Minecraft.
Uh-huh.
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 We are not endorsed by
Anybody.
Minecraft,
Anyway.
and there is no such thing as promo codes. Are there for that? Do they even have promo
I
codes?
doubt it.
There's no such thing as promo codes, period.
Yeah,
Should've
those
just
aren't
left
a
it at that. They don't exist.
I
Those
have
are
been
out of a fairy tale.
I have been lied to my entire life.
Okay. So mods. Next topic. Modern schooling.
Boo.
This is something I talked about. Mainly, I talked about in my last Omnislabs episode. What are your views on it? What do you guys think of the modern schooling system of the United States? How do you feel? Do you think it's flawed at all? Because I certainly do. I think that the entire idea, especially, I think that the most messed up part of it is the SAT, and the ACT. I think that judging an entire student, whether or not you're going to admit him to a certain college or not, based on one test that he took one day that may or may not have gone well for him at all, maybe maybe a family member died the day before the test. You don't know.
I'm sorry, Perp.
It's okay. But, yeah, I think it's flawed. What do you guys think?
Well, let's just say, after being out of school, I would not wish any of it onto anybody. I'm so glad I'm out of school. It's the best feeling.
Well, is that because of the students that you went to school with, or because of the school
No,
system?
I loved my friends. If I can be with my friends like I was in school, that'd be great. As far as teachers and just school in general, no. No, thank you. I'm good without it. And to be honest, half of the things that I learned in school, I forgot the next week, and I never needed to use them.
Yeah, me too.
And what I do use today is math, basically. I think math is a good thing to know up to a certain point. But not everybody needs to know all of it. It's calculus. I think as soon as you get to calculus, you're kind of learning stuff that you don't necessarily need to know in general.
Yeah, I guess so. But building on that, that's
Sorry,
obviously
that's just my views.
Yeah, no. That's an argument that a lot of people make, is that half the stuff you learn in school you're not going to need, and I do agree with that. Except, I think that having an educated population is really important. That's pretty important to me. So I think that even if you're not going to use the stuff, I think it's important to still get into the habit of learning things, because education, you don't want stupid people voting for your president,
But
you don't want
We already do.
But wait.
90% of the
But
country
wait.
is dumb.
but wait. So the majority of people in America have gone through education, and
Yeah. And it didn't work out so well for them. Because basically we're saying people are stupid. And, yeah. So it's not doing its job.
To be honest, at a certain point, I understand that, yes, people need to be educated, but what they should be educated on should depend on them, on whatever they feel they want to learn, and make it you have to have this many courses or whatever, and they can't be stupid courses video gaming. No.
Hey. No, I
No.
wouldn't say video gaming's stupid.
No.
Actually.
Now, game programming.
Think of the
Go
people
ahead,
who
yeah.
listen to our podcast.
All the way.
Well, yeah, programming definitely.
Programming is an amazing course to take, and
it's
I'm
an
so
important
glad.
course in our community too. It's important that we have programmers in our society, because everything is a program now. Banks, they are all just everything. I don't know how else to describe it. Everything runs on a program.
Yep, it's true.
So it's
And I'm
important
glad
to
I
have
started
programmers.
learning very young.
Yeah. So, CDF, would you like to take a turn and explain how you feel about modern schooling?
As I watched a TED Talk on this with Sir Kensington, and basically what schools do is stifle creativity, and I think that's the number one downside to everything with it, is that they teach you that there's one answer, either A, B, C, or D, and they completely ignore the fact that in life you don't have the answers, you don't know the answers beforehand, you have to come up with the answers.
Yep.
And you have to be creative while doing that. So basically, school is teaching you to think almost in the wrong way about things.
Yeah.
And what's really cool is like you can see this, you can see the results of schooling. As little kids, we're very like creative, and we can see things in 1,000 ways. And by the time that we go through schooling, people are very like, oh, that's a tree because it looks like a tree, not a piece of broccoli or,
I guess so, yeah.
a water droplet or something, And then the way they do it, I believe that schooling is very boring, forcing people to sit there and listen rather than doing is pretty... Doesn't work for me. It might work for some learners, but not for me. I'm a hands-on guy. I want to do stuff. I want to be a part of it. I want to have a discussion about it.
Yep.
And I feel like they don't want you to have a discussion. They're just kind of like, yeah, know this.
Yeah.
So that's another downside, in my opinion.
That brings us... I'm sorry, but go ahead. I just want to make a point when you're done. I'm not segueing to another topic, don't worry.
Okay.
I have a lot to say about this.
And Extra Credits is a series, a YouTube series that did a video on gamification, like the education system.
Yeah.
So if you haven't watched that, go check it out. And they brought us some really good points on how to make school engaging and interesting.
Yeah. Okay, I like it.
Really fast.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, go ahead, Perp. You wanted to say something.
Okay, I just wanted to say that, I don't know if you guys all know what Common Core is, but, I think that's the worst of this evil. If you don't... when Common Core was first described to me, it was, like, unrealistic. I could not believe that this was, like, I thought that this person was pulling my chain. Like, I thought that they were... I think it was my girlfriend who described what it was, because, they've got it over there. But, it's like, it's almost like something that you would think of in, like, a completely dystopian science fiction world. It's...
Dude, Perp, what are you doing?
What?
What are you doing right now?
I'm mining? Why?
No, you just put redstone around a chest. What are you doing?
I'm trying to make a trapped chest.
You have to use a tripwire hook.
Oh, I don't have string.
Yeah. Okay, sorry about that, folks. Back to the podcast.
Yeah, I think it's horrible. Like, it is so unrealistically terrible.
Are you gonna explain what you're talking about?
Do you guys know what Common Core is?
No.
I'm assuming that it is the idea that everyone takes a standardized education.
Okay, Common Core is a thing that is currently happening in New York State. And
you expected us to know?
Well, Dino knew what it was. He's from Maryland. It's also happening in it's happening in Maryland too. It's happening, I think, all over the East Coast. Well, sorry.
Not.
Whatever. I thought that you guys might have known about it because it's newsworthy. But basically what it is every single student has the exact same lesson plan every single day. No, like, if you're in 9th grade, you're going to go to school on one day, and you are going to sit, and for 10 minutes, the teacher's going to talk about this. Another 10 minutes, the teacher's going to talk about this. And that's it. Like, that's how it works. Like, every single student has the exact same schedule, does not get to learn at their own pace, does not get to learn in an interesting way. Everything's taught in the same way. And it's communism. No, it's not communism, but it's bad, that's for sure. I might be a little bit inaccurate on my understanding of what it is because it doesn't strictly affect me, but some of the younger kids in my school are have to do it, and my grade doesn't actually have to do it. Somehow my principal found a loophole around it, and I guess my grade doesn't have to do it. But Dino does, and all the younger kids in my school are having to do it. And I guess it makes sense. Like, if you move away, if you, like, move to a different state or something, then,
Or a different school within the state, because the other states wouldn't have that.
No, like, it's more than one state that's doing this. Like, Dino's from Maryland, and he is doing this. But, if you move to a different school, then I guess you'll start up right back where you were, and everybody's learning something that I guess there's a low chance that it's like imperfect information, because obviously it probably goes through lots of people, lots of experts, but still it's a really, oh my god, it's horrible. Like, students, and test grades are going down. Students need to learn at their own pace. That's not how it works. And basically the Commissioner of Education, who is a support... Oh yeah, the guys who invented Common Core, let me mention, are actually businessmen who are paid by the government to design it. But they work for a business, a private business. But and the Commissioner of Education came to my school, and okay, first off, his kids go to private school. First of all, that's a immediate, like, red flag there, that he sends his kids to private school. He didn't take questions, and I wasn't there. I was at practice when he gave a speech, but I heard he was almost booed off the stage.
That's great.
So I don't know. What do you guys think of this?
Well, as an adult, I guess I can't see it the same way that you see it.
Yeah.
But I do remember school sucked as it is, with them trying to keep everybody going at the certain pace, nobody being able to learn at their own pace and figure things out in an interesting way, hands-on experiences.
Yeah, everyone...
They just don't exist.
Everyone learns in a different way, too.
Yeah.
Some people are note-takers. I know I'm not a note-taker. I can't just sit in a room and take notes and understand content. I get bored as hell. But, yeah, I think it's stupid. And, it reminds me of the Pink Floyd song, Another Brick in the Wall. You know?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
That's what the song's about. It's about education and how it pretty much takes creative kids and pretty much molds them into the exact same boring old brick. And the music video shows kids that go to they go to school, then they get on a conveyor belt, and it feeds them into like a grinder that grinds them up and turns them into bricks. And then a bunch
the music
video. Did I say movie?
Movie.
Did I say movie?
It's a freak. Well, The Wall is a 2 CD long single song.
Yeah.
And they have a movie about it which they show
okay,
that.
I know.
The music video
I know.
is just like a piece of the movie.
I've seen it, I know. I thought that you were saying that I accidentally said the music movie instead of music video.
No.
Yeah, I know. I'm a Pink Floyd fan. Not as big as I'd like to be, but I do like them quite a bit. I've been listening to a lot of them and a lot of ELO lately. But digressing back onto the topic, Common Core and just the current state of education in the country, and yeah, what do you guys think?
We're doomed! Doomed, I tell you.
Every one of us.
Back in my day, kids actually had to do homework.
All right. Yeah, we have to do homework too. I do homework.
In the rain, walking 5 miles home. Up a hill.
Up a hill. Oh, that's funny.
That's funny, yeah.
I'm sorry, Perp. I think that we can't really contribute much to that just because we don't really know what's going on from firsthand.
Well, okay, I get the idea. You know, we're trying to mold everyone into one happy family of knowledge. Yay. But well, okay. They did it because they want a standardized education system, and it does help someone who just moved. They can pick back up where they were. That being said, it's a horrible idea and probably will fail. Okay.
Teachers also made
America.
it. Like there was a national stay at home to protest Common Core Day that lots of people participated in.
I don't know about you guys, but California, you can't do that anymore because now you get fined like $500
If you do what?
if you don't go to school without having a good reason, a note from a parent or anything like that.
You're gonna fine a kid.
Yeah, they find the parents.
Okay,
Wow.
I was like, yeah, okay, kid, pay up $500. But I what?
It's my lunch money.
No.
Especially if they find you out in the streets during school hours. It's kind of ridiculous.
I'm homeschooled. Prove it, kid.
So, Rec, it looks like you gotta leave soon. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay, well, fortunately, Richard is about to get on, so CDF, how much longer can you go?
Oh, I can go all night.
Oh,
Okay,
baby.
so it looks like Rec is going to be replaced by Richard shortly.
JK, just kidding.
Yeah,
Well, as
okay.
I've now started up working again, I would like to get some decent sleep tonight.
Okay, so, how much longer are we thinking?
30 minutes, maybe?
Okay.
To continue.
Yeah, that's really cool.
All right, well, have fun with the rest of the podcast, guys.
Okay, are you the host of the call, Rec?
No,
Okay, then...
I believe CDFD is.
Sure, then CDFD, can you go ahead and add Richard?
All right, guys, peace out.
Alright, peace out, Rec. And adding Richard. Is the adding going to commence soon?
So if I leave, does that mean that it drops everyone?
Oh, are you leaving now? I wouldn't want to go on for more than I wouldn't want to do this for more than half an hour more.
Okay, so I did add Richard. But I don't know. I might have to go eat.
Okay, that's cool.
So yeah, I added Richard,
Richard,
Hey, how's it going?
and he's
you're
here.
good. We're like an hour in. Rec just left and is substituting out for you, I guess, for a little bit.
Assuming that you are planning on editing that down, I doubt that anyone would watch an hour plus podcast.
I'll have you know that we have 5
Um,
current viewers.
People watch PKA for like 8 or 9 hours. Those episodes.
Oh well, okay. If you're streaming, I guess that makes a bit more sense. That's a bit more acceptable. But I was thinking if you were recording it beforehand, I'm thinking of posting the full thing on, as a podcast thing. That would probably not.
No, I hadn't planned on it.
Okay.
Yeah, podcast. Well, I am going to upload this footage all. But
Well, okay, but if it's not the primary objective, fair enough.
Yeah.
So what's up, and what are you guys talking about, and so forth and so on?
well,
And if it is a longer thing, I guess it doesn't matter quite as much being quite as witty and interesting.
well, the things that we have discussed.
Although, I mean,
We already discussed UHC bonkers. We discussed.
Ha.
We discussed why we took down some of the builds in the spawn, some future projects at Omni Slabs. We discussed mods. We discussed modern schooling, and now we're on to the video making process. So, what is your technique, guys? What do you usually do?
Well, I do have to say that I'm going to try to improve my video making process.
I think that all of us are always trying to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, to some degree, certainly. It's always something that can be improved, certainly. And I know that in the past, mine was downright ridiculous and stupid, and I've since improved it greatly, or at least normalized. So I'm more or less doing what everyone else does, instead of the crazy complicated and ridiculous thing that I used to do, which was along the lines of recording for who knows how long, plenty of footage, so forth and so on. In actually, I was on my Mac, so I was actually using Mac program, which didn't work nearly as well and was very poorly optimized. And then I was editing on a PC and using separate editing software that was, it was good in as much as it did a bunch of things and it could do a bunch of things, but it was kind of backwards and difficult to use, and it took absolutely forever to render. And it was very difficult to render it in a form that YouTube would accept. And I was having big problems even rendering it so that YouTube would be able to accept it. But now I've basically just ended up with more or less straightforward fraps. I'll admit it, I do edit with Windows Movie Maker, which is kind of stupid and embarrassing. I'd prefer to be using something else, but honestly, at this point, and for what I do, it does get the job done, and so, it's all right. And it gets the job done, so it's okay.
Yep.
So that's sort of the bottom line.
Yeah, I've been trying something different with all my other series. I don't do this for Minecraft, but or like Omnislabs, but for everything else I record, I have been, like, especially Dishonored, I've been starting to record in bulk and edit it down and render all the episodes at like within a day or two, and then use the scheduled uploader feature of YouTube and just have them upload on the dot every single however long I want them to be uploaded.
See, I've been actively avoiding that strategy because, it isn't as much of an issue with the number of viewers that I have, but I still, just out of principle, I've always tried to avoid scheduled posting or bulk recording or anything, so that after each episode, I'd get a chance to read any feedback or whatever in the comments, rather than just people giving comments, recommendations, answers to questions, that kind of thing, and then having to wait 3 or 4 more episodes at least before I actually see that and acknowledge or respond, especially if it's something particularly useful. Because as a viewer, that can just be really frustrating for me. Especially when it's something that just makes me scream at my screen, and it's, it's so obvious, it's so straightforward, it's so easy. Why don't you just do X, Y, Z? And that, they will never hear you, and they will never, just aggravate you. So. Yep.
But, I don't do that for Minecraft, for sure. But, because I like my Minecraft videos all to be as high quality as I can. But CDF, what is your basic, I guess, workflow for making videos? What's your process?
Well, as I said, it's changing due to great advice from my girlfriend, who has been a strong creative critiquer of my videos.
Does she make videos?
No, she does not, but you might see her on my channel sometime soon.
Awesome. Like your faces? Are we going to see your faces?
I don't know about our faces per se, but she is a heavy gamer as well, or
awesome.
She loves gaming, and we might start doing stuff together. So
good for a healthy relationship.
Mm-hmm. But she's been talking about like different things that I can do, And some of the things that she's noticed is that I try to explain what I did on OmniSlabs, and instead of like explaining things, talking through things while you're doing it, like think about your thought processes, whatever, and like say them in the channel or in the video.
Okay.
So like instead of I am going to build a house, be like, okay, so what should we build, guys? I think that a house would be a good option, but it could also be a movie theater. It could also be a store. But I think I'm going to go with a house today, maybe. What do you guys think about that? Let's try it. Like having that type of interaction.
I guess so.
Instead of just like, I built a house today. We are going to build a house today.
Yeah, and I mean, there's definitely something to that. I've more or less avoided that style of thing. I mean, personally, primarily just, I don't know if I want to say honesty, but just, if I have already decided, I kind of feel, not exactly dishonest, but a little, dirty if I try and claim otherwise and make believe and lead my viewers astray. But I mean, it's not exactly anything to get your knickers in a knot over, so I don't think I really need to be as worried as I perhaps get.
Some other things that she said is if you look at Shin, right, from the Yogscast, he's
God.
Hey, Shin, hey, hold on. He's a pretty cool guy, okay?
I do like all of them except for.
To be honest, I haven't actually really watched them, so I can't speak. I've not watched any Yogscast things in quite some time.
Yeah, neither have I. So I was super into them at one point, though. I'll say that. And then Minecon, dream shattered. But anyways.
Oh jeez.
Oh yeah.
No, definitely. Like I at some point I discovered Etho, and like my focus sort of shifted overnight.
Yeah.
But.
Yep, I think that Minecraft really revived my interest in Minecraft, and I don't think that I would really be into it very much anymore if, as much as I would be into other games if I hadn't really discovered Minecraft, all those years ago. Or not.
I'll give the Yogscast credit, because if the Yogscast hadn't done what they were doing and so forth, they were directly or indirectly the reason that I am playing Minecraft right now. At one point I had heard of this crazy new Minecraft thing, and I just did a quick YouTube search, and their Shadow of Israfel series was what came up.
Yeah.
And it was cool, and it was interesting, and it was engaging, and that was the first Minecraft-related content that I ever saw. And it eventually led me onto other things. I can't remember if I found Etho before I started playing myself, but it was
okay.
It started with the Yogscast.
Cool.
Back in the day. Well, you were saying something, CDF, before we went off on a massive tangent.
Yes. So another thing that my girlfriend has said is that if you look at Shin's videos, right, in the beginning, he's really good at placing the player in context. So in the beginning, he says what he did last video. He says what he's going to do this video. And then at the end of the video, he says what he did this video, and then what he's going to do in the next video. So he's really good at placing the player in context. And one of the things that I've done, which I need to improve on, is just be like, okay, I'm right here on the OmniSlab server. I'm at this random location that you know nothing about, and this is what we're going to do here.
Yeah.
Which I need to change.
Yeah. I think it's a really big problem with all of us on OmniSlabs. Is all of us really are playing the game first and making videos second. Like
That's a point.
Yeah, like we're playing videos, and we're like I do all the boring stuff off camera, and I accidentally sometimes do some of the fun stuff off camera. like something I really like recording is me building, and that's something I really like watching too, which kind of sucks because I forget. And like
And there's another side to it too, though. With the original thing there, I mean, it's a fine line that you have to be careful of when you're doing that recap and so forth. Because if you do too much, or if you dwell too much on it, then people who do know what's going on are definitely going to get bored, and you don't want to alienate them either. So
yeah.
I think there's a middle ground there that is what one should strive for.
No.
That looked bad. What's
blown up by creeper.
yeah.
Oh man.
Fortune 3, efficiency 5, pick. Okay. Well,
Any hope of where were you and what were you?
Yeah, it's gone.
Damn.
Oh, there it is.
Anyways,
There it is.
Yep. Damn it. That sucks. Regardless, yeah, it's part of the game. It happens. So, yeah, like most of our videos as a server are update videos. You know.
Yeah.
Like
that's definitely true.
Like all of us, like pretty much all of us, we were making update videos. Like, hey guys, since the last episode, I've done this and this and this. Oh wait, this episode's been 30 minutes long of me explaining what I've been doing. Bye guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've caught myself doing that on more than one occasion, and it's definitely not the way I want to play this.
Yeah. For sure. I think it's definitely a thing that we're doing.
I did today. I took care of the last of my finals, so I should have a bit more time going forwards for at least a while. So we shall see about that, and I will hopefully be able to spend a good amount of time and energy, not only getting caught up, but staying caught up and doing some cool stuff on camera and stuff.
Cool.
Not just in here, but in the FOV series as well. I've got some cool stuff coming up there.
Awesome.
Be sure to check that out.
I was going to record more, but I've been spending all this time off camera doing this grindy stuff and caving, to get these awesome tools that I just lost.
Well, now we have village.
Oh, you're on the server right now. That sucks. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, now we have villagers, so we can trade for them, right?
I guess so.
None of our villagers have any good trades at the moment.
Really, I'm gonna go check it out. I don't really have the materials or the time at the moment to. Well, I don't know. It depends on how long I stay on the podcast. But I'll at least check out the trades.
All right. So.
Oh man,
Oh,
that doesn't look good.
That was on purpose.
Was that just trying to?
Just trying to get back up to the surface quickly. So, favorite games beyond Minecraft. Want to talk about that?
Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Actually, that's I wasn't gonna think of it, but Roller Coaster Tycoon, probably 3 for me. But 2 is not bad either. It had its time in my history.
Oh, 2 was perfect.
I was gonna say back to the good old Team's Defense Fort 2, because that is such an amazingly awesome, solid game. I enjoy it very much.
Yeah.
Team Fortress 2, for anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about.
I own I don't own any Roller Coaster Tycoon games, but I have played a few of them, and they are really cool. For sure, they are really cool. But I'd have to say that my favorite games, Skyrim, that's up there. Then Half-Life 2, definitely up there as well.
Very good game.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my god. And
Valve is just.
Let me check
Valve
my
is
library
best.
because I'm leaving stuff out. Yeah, Valve is awesome.
I've always liked sim games. Like
The
where you
movies
make
isn't bad
stuff.
either, actually. Although I haven't gotten too far in it. That was another one from that phase that I went through.
Oh.
So I see
The Walking-
Cole.
The Walking Dead for sure. Walking Dead is yeah, that's number it's probably number 1. And then The Wolf Among Us. I can't really critique it because there's only been 1 episode so far, but it's very, very good, and I'm loving it, and it is a very promising start to something wonderful. Walking Dead, oh my god, the end of The Walking Dead was just amazing. But
Okay, I see Fish and Coal.
okay.
Fish and
for the trades.
Fish and Coal, villagers that
Okay.
you can trade things to get emeralds. Fish and Coal, that's it at the moment. It would
Alright.
appear. 2 different villagers are trading coal though, and that includes charcoal. So
Yeah.
potential.
So what would you guys like as a dream game? Like if you could have any game be made. This takes a while to think about. Like you could say GTA in space. You could say anything, honestly.
I would love to see Minecraft. Minecraft
Purely out of
is
circles.
actually quite a decent answer for this. If I was going to say anything other than Minecraft, I'd say Feed the Beast, only developed by Mojang and balanced just a bit and regulated to the point where it's, not as buggy and everything sort of flows just a bit better. Not that it doesn't now, because it definitely is downright astonishing how they've gotten so many different mods to work together and play nicely.
My pick here for dream game is this is pretty much impossible, but Telltale Games game where like the reason I love Telltale Games and their games is because I've only played 2, Wolf Among Us and The Walking Dead, but I would like one of those games that the storyline and the characters and everything, the setting, the world it takes place in, everything randomly generates. So like the one of the best things about these games are you get very emotionally attached to these characters. You really like these characters because they're so well developed, and they do such a good job of making you like the characters you're supposed to like and hate the characters you're supposed to hate, and you get very attached to the character that you're playing as. Everybody is relatable in some sense. Obviously, you don't turn into a wolf when you get angry, but like your character in The Wolf Among Us does. But it is amazing, and it's just the way that like you really, really care about what happens to these characters. You don't want to see any of them dead. Certain TV shows almost don't do as good of a job as these games do. It's amazing, and having all of your actions actually count, and having all of your decisions matter. And you have no idea what the outcome's going to be. You just do what you want. If you make a decision that like you're like, okay, I'm going to make this decision, and this guy's going to hate me for it, but this guy's going to love me for it. And I have to make this decision. I can either have one of them hate me and one of them love me, or vice versa. I can have the other one hate me and the other one love me. Which should I do? Which is going to be the best in the long run? Who do I like the least? Who do I not mind if they hate me? They might be in a situation where they're going to save my life in the future. However, because I did this, they might not save me or something like that. But you got to make these decisions, and then once you do it, you have no idea if it was a good idea or a bad idea, and you almost like cup your hands over your face because you're like, should I have done that? It's amazing. So yeah, I'd like one of those that randomly generates. It'd be very hard to do that with obviously characters who you actually care about. Obviously, it can't be done.
I don't know. We are definitely entering an era of gaming that I definitely think that random generation is the way that things are going. especially with the success of Starbound. I guess it's a little early to say something like that, but it is pretty early, and it seems quite successful, at least in this circle. And I think that in general, it's a very safe direction to say that things would go, because people get tired of linear games. Like, linear games, it could be a genre, but honestly, there's something to having a full world and a full universe, potentially, that is unique to each gameplay, each playthrough.
I am glad that the Walking Dead game was not, or The Wolf Among Us. I'm glad that they're not open world. I would hate that. I wouldn't have the slice of and on the Jellycast, I was listening to the Jellycast, and they were comparing everything to like, they were almost judging a game based on how big the world is. Like, they're like, yeah, Skyrim is an awesome game. The world is absolutely massive. There's so much you can do. And then later on in the episode, they talked about The Walking Dead, and they're like, how big is the map in that game? And both of them said, I don't know, I haven't played it. And I was almost pulling my hair out, because I was like, oh, it's not that game. It's not that kind of game.
Yeah, and there's a big difference there, and when you're telling a story, you don't need big maps. And actually, an example that I'd cite is Half-Life 2. The maps, in some cases, are actually freaking tiny.
Oh, yeah.
But the story that it tells is still... And the gameplay is not... Like, it's just a different type of game. And the two can't really be compared.
For sure.
So it's yeah.
So that is my idea of a dream game. If it were to happen, I would love it to tell my friends, like, hey guys, I spawned a new game, and my game takes place in a vampire apocalypse, or I don't know, my game takes place in the year 2500, and this is happening, yada yada yada. And my friends would be like, oh, my game is about pirates. And there's this character who I am currently in a, like, I don't know, my love interest is captured by these guys. And, like, everybody would just have these, like, everybody would come to school the next day with new updates to their story. Like, I don't know, it'd just be the most amazing thing. But CDF, you've been quiet.
Yeah.
Dream game, CDF?
I wonder if he has quietly vanished on us.
And I come back.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, there he is.
I haven't vanished. I was listening in. Dream game. One in which you can do everything.
So Gary's.
So Minecraft.
A business simulator.
Oh wow!
A business simulator would be pretty cool, like a hardcore run your business type thing.
Oh, they have one of those at my school.
Oh god, if it's the one that I'm thinking of, like ancient history, ancient history lesson in the form of a white box. It's I played one in an economics class that I had to do. It was, you know, 90s, like it smacked of the early 90s, and it was like. It wasn't all that fun, as you know. I as someone who is used to this generation of games, trying to go back and play, like, calling it a game was a stretch. It was a simulator maybe, and the game elements were very, very few and far between. It was not very I didn't enjoy it. I'm not all that big on business and commerce in the first place, and
yeah, I don't think that'd be a really interesting game, personally. But
it was like running a small convenience store, basically, like a gas station sort of store.
No, I like that.
It was like
that's sort of what they have.
But it was yeah, and you could, of course, it was 90s or something, or who knows, earlier, I don't even know. But you couldn't see anything. It was just sort of representative graphics at best.
Yeah.
And
well, if it was like really well done, you know.
If it was really well done, I could definitely see that being cool. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't really well done. Like the age of the technology showed, and you could sort of tell that even for its age, it really wasn't that good of a piece of software.
Yeah.
Didn't really deserve to exist in the first place. But regardless,
I'm just like imagining now, like, your business rival has tried to buy out your company.
there weren't even exactly business rivals. There were other names. Go to his house.
Like, I don't know.
There was a city that you couldn't actually access. It was just like the purpose of the city map was to show you the best locations for stores, because where people traveled most often, like the roads that people were more likely to travel on, you were more likely to get business. And other than that, it was like where other people's stores were in relative location meant nothing. And then like your business rivals were other boring convenience stores that had no power whatsoever and served only as sort of benchmarks that, you know, predetermined benchmarks that you were supposed to try and beat in your selling of small cans of soda and aspirin and
yeah.
It could have been executed better. But what was I doing? What was I doing? I was doing something. Oh well.
Anyways, do you guys want to do one more topic?
Sure.
One last topic. Okay, this last topic is, what is Netherrack supposed to be? This has been a thing that we've been talking about on the server once in a while. And, yeah, what do you guys think Netherrack is supposed to be?
A random block of the Nether.
The thing is, it could be some form of rock that's just thoroughly saturated in God knows what. It could just be some kind of inferno brick that, you know, is sort of just nasty looking by virtue of the place it comes out of and doesn't have anything directly disgusting or gross about it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it could also be a block of trash compacted human meat.
That's what I thought.
And,
I've always thought that's what it was.
Things.
I thought that it was like the melted, condensed down version of people, and it is very gross.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, for sure. It's very gross.
Safe to say.
Yeah. I don't know what to think. So, CDF, you're still gonna go with that?
I don't know. Netherrack to me is just kind of in general.
Well, I think it's ugly.
Well, yeah. I think they tried.
Unbelievable.
They tried to do that.
Yeah, I'm sure that they did.
Why do you think they removed Sponge? Why do you think it's not used?
Well, because they
ugly
changed
as
the
hell.
water physics. No, they changed the water physics basically, and so it wasn't nearly. It didn't have any application basically. Water used to basically, if there was water at a certain point, then there was water everywhere below that point in the entire world. And so the only way to get ranged, and it basically just no longer served any practical purpose.
Yeah.
So I think that more than anything else is why it's no longer in the game. Although I will point out that it can be used for remote redstone devices. I've wanted to do something with that for quite some time, but haven't really had any brilliant ideas of how to make it, actually practical or useful.
Wait, remote redstone devices? Like
Not truly remote, but technically wireless, as in spanning over 2 or 3 blocks of empty space. Which could be done far more easily with an arrow dispenser or something, but whatever. The thing is, it still causes block updates. Sponge does. When it moves or its state is changed or whatever, it still causes block updates, and so as a result, within a 5x5 area yet. So if you move it, then 2-3 blocks away, you'll still get a block update. You can use that to trigger bud switch, and thus have technically wireless redstone, which is not really all that useful, but oh well.
Yeah. I think that they could do more with the ocean floor.
That's definitely true. That is definitely true.
I think they should do more along the lines of like runes and stuff, like finding stuff in game in generation.
Maybe.
Hmm.
I think that they should try to do
Golems, what are you doing? This is a zombie right here. I'm leading him right to you. Look at him. He's a zombie. Eat his face or whack it off or whatever you golems do. Thank you.
I think that they should do more
Jeez.
like structures that you can build that do something special, like nether portals. Those are one of my favorite things in the game. I think it's really cool, the idea of being able to build something that does something cool.
Do you think that they should have an either? Or
well, there's a mod for that, and they don't.
Well, yeah, I know there's a mod for that, but it was in the source code for a while.
Maybe.
Okay, that's...
Maybe. Okay. Well, we're pretty much out of topics and out of time, so thank you everybody for tuning in, and I hope that you enjoyed this episode.
Oh no!
The Omnicast. Oh crap! Have a heart. Have heart. Have heart. No! Dang it! He killed me.
Oh, and just as a thing, look forward to this map in the future. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, the people watching this not live can't tell what you're talking about, so unfortunately.
Oh, well then, dun dun dun. You'll see.
You're in creative mode. Ah! Okay.
Okay, guys.
Peace out, guys.
Thanks for watching.